Welcome to Patrick Roberts, our new timeline.
We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. We've got the right to choose it. There ain't no way we'll lose it. This is our life. This is our song. We'll fight the powers that be just. Don't pick contest and because you don't know us, you don't belong. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. Oh, you're so condescending. Your goal is never ending. We don't want nothing from you. Your life is tried and jaded, boring and confiscated. If that's your best won't do. Whoa. We're right, yeah. We're free, yeah. We'll fight, yeah. You'll see. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. No way. We're right, yeah. We're free, yeah. We'll fight, yeah. We'll see. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. Just keep trying to make us. We're not gonna take it. Come on. We ain't gonna take it. You're all worthless and we're not gonna take it anymore. Now drop and give.
All right. Can you guys hear me? Give me a 5x5x5. Good sound. Can you hear me? Can you hear all that? Can you hear all that now? So, how is that to start us off with for the night? Did you guys even hear that? Multitasking. I'm not feeling too bad tonight. So if you're just getting here, you guys missed a hell of a song. I suggest rewinding and start from the beginning so you can get into it, because you need to be pumped up. So, lots of stuff to get into tonight. First off, I want to say that my prayers go out to my brother, um, who notified me about an hour or two before coming on, that he had a heart attack and he's okay though. He's in the hospital. Um, so they're gonna keep him for some test. I guess he's got some blockage in his one of his arteries and stuff. So this is Trucker Jim. So um, I'm praying for you, bro. I hope everything works out for you, and and we wish you the best. And if you're listening, I hope that song got you rocking and rolling and ready to go because we are the last true generation to be, brought up on values and you know the meaning of right and wrong and not stepping on people's toes and the right thing to just we're not perfect either, but it's like these millennials are all about stepping on their feelings, and boy, you need to go to jail. You know, it's just getting ridiculous. But I'm kind of got off topic there. um, so we need to ask ourselves: Is the giggles? Uh, is that a operating system? Obviously, we know it some changes DNA and everything, but can it be what is it also a hijack or low jacking your consciousness slowly but surely into the I call it media the media verse, which is what I'm talking about, right? We all know what I'm talking about, and then I then I really started thinking about this, and I'm like, you know, everything in here since the Mandela Effect, we know is uh, fake. It's like a movie. It's glitches. This isn't the same place that we are at, right? We can all agree to that because pretty much everybody in here is Mandela affected, right? So we've seen the changes. We've been down many rabbit holes. We've been down conspiracy out. I mean, we have been through it all. And the more I think about it, I'm like, damn, I really thought that I could have passed away in 2016. You guys have heard this story many times. What if, what if we are already in the mediaverse? And so get this. So if we are already in the mediaverse, if you think about Jesus Christ coming here, he comes in avatar, right? He comes in the avatar so he can live in this environment. It's like if we were to go to Mars, we'd have to go in, get into their type of suit or whatever, or wear a completely air suit like the moon or whatever, because we are not adapted to that. So we come in as an avatar too, and so Christ comes in and he shows us the way to get out, right? He rises from the dead to show us that there is no death. He shows us how to get out of here. And that's what it's all about. He came here with 12 disciples. Or I mean, these are his people that he came here with. So, so we know that he was a king somewhere else. So we are part of that Christ rising, and there's not a whole lot of us that are awake to know how to do this. If we follow the way, I think a lot of people are going to get fooled real soon from the fake UFO invasion. Is it going to be an invasion, or is it going to be we come in peace and we've got more giggles for you all to take? But and that's another topic. Back to we are Christ rising. The way to God is through Christ. We all know that. I wrote some stuff down about getting the giggles. Now we all know I just had a little mini overnight vacation and got to do a little hot tub time, pool time, and stuff. And I will never do that again. This is really the first time that I've been kind of pretty much by myself in a hotel. I mean, I went with people, but I was not with them. I was with them, but not with them. They did their own thing, and I did my own thing. But it wore me out. It wore me out being around all the people that see this as you need to lock yourself down uh, if you're found positive and you're not even and so you lock yourself down for the 2 weeks and da 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 da, and they got the giggles and they're all talking about how many you need now. And I mean, this is like all over, people just talking about all this. And it's like, it's like, wow, I'm listening, and I'm just like, I can't believe, and they have the TV on set to the news, of course. And the news really was like not making any sense at all. They come on and said this new strain or whatever is not as weak, or they said it's not as strong as they once thought it was. So that's why none of the giggles is working for this one. I'm like, huh? What? So you're basically talking them into getting the giggle because they don't want to get this variant either, even though it's not as strong. It's not this whatever giggle you got, yours not good enough. You still got to get another one to beat the less. I'm just like, wow, did I just hear that right? And so it was very taxing to be around all that. I literally felt like something was coming inside, I was I was starting to get infected again, and I had to pull back and go, no, I'm not accepting this. And which brings me to a very reasonable question to ask you, every one of you in chat. Um, when you're around people, whether it be family members, whether it be in other streams, whether it be on TV shows that you're watching, if any of them have gotten the giggles, and they talk about why they got the giggles, do you notice each one has their own story of why the reason they got the giggles. Okay? It don't matter. It don't matter to me why they got it. They got it. Okay? And I don't dislike them. I love them. I pray for them. I have my own family members have gotten the giggles. I love them very much. But I can't listen to them because I'm slowly but surely not, I'm not going to let myself get, okay, put it to you this way. If you're around people masked up long enough and it becomes a routine after 2 years, you in yourself eventually will start thinking, well, I'm only going to wear it for this. I mean, it's like, you know, everybody else is doing it, and I'm not. I, I draw a line at the giggles. Draw the line, absolutely. But now the giggles is here, and now people are finding excuses to get the giggles. Like I said, doesn't matter what your excuse is. It's the fact that you got them, and so you tell your story about why you've gotten the giggles and your reasons. And like I said, everybody's got their own reason. Everybody's got their own reality to live. I don't worry about what you're doing. I only have to worry about me. But I worry about people who come to my site, my stream all the time. I believe we're fighting for one cause. And so I myself have a hard time dealing with, because I don't want to get weak, and I'm scared. I am scared that I am going to get weakened enough that I'm going to start thinking that there's going to be some excuse out there for me to be able to get the giggles. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's absolutely nothing in this world that can make me get the giggles. Absolutely nothing. They can take my life, whatever. I'm not going to stop doing what I'm going to do for people if I can help people. Whatever I'm meant to do, I'm going to do. And Jesus Christ will have my back. I'm sure of that. And so I'm not afraid of being shut out of anywhere. I could care less. But I've heard people talking in the hotel about, because they want to go to a football game, that they have to be giggled, and they fall for this. They're not standing up. If we don't get enough people to stand up and say no to this and come up with excuses to get it, everybody is just going to lay down and get it, and goodbye humanity. And that's why I'm holding this chat. I'm wondering if, not saying that you're going to lose your soul for getting the giggles, but I believe that you may be getting hijacked or lowjacked into another system. And that worries me, because I don't want that to happen to me or any of you. We don't need to be trapped into another system. So let me read some chat. I see, I'll call out chat. Hey, Golden Spy, Trev, Rick, Singeman, hey, Cammy, Buzzy welcome. Interface is the giggles. Um, Buzzy Ken, hey, uh, love you too. Hey, Ken, love you, man. Hello, all. Let's see, but Chino can indeed exactly timeline. Team Humanity I plan to go live as well in a bit. Over 2 hours. Okay, cool. I got a phone call from my twin brother Kev. Will try to come back. Take care, all. All right, see ya, Ken. Hey, have to drop a link, please. All right, I am dropping the. Oops, I gotta get the link. Actually, there's a couple of things that I wanted to share before I have anybody come on. There's a couple things, or one thing for sure I want to share, and it's this here. Hold on a second. Let me bring this up. Okay, I thought this was oh, I didn't bring it up yet. Hold on a second. Yeah. Hey Brenda, welcome. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna mute myself and watch this. This is funny. I'm playing this because this is just hilarious.
Whoa, what is that? Oh. Let's follow it, too. I think I saw it land over here.
Greetings, humans! I have come to your planet to help you. On my world, there is peace, a utopia where everyone gets along. And we want to impart this wisdom onto you.
Sounds great. It'll get us on the right side of history faster. Let's hear it.
To achieve utopia, you must first all agree upon this one simple concept. All lives matter.
What'd you say?
Are you out of your mind?
I'm lost? Why has this upset you?
All lives matter. Some lives matter some of the time.
Yeah, some lives matter more than other lives, and that's that.
But we have achieved paradise. I have the proof it works. All lives matter.
Hate speech! Hate speech!
Okay. Let's move on. There is more. The next thing you need to achieve world peace is forgiveness. Forgive those when they fail or screw up.
Screw that. We don't forgive. We cancel.
Yeah! If we discover that someone once said something even the teeniest bit offensive, we as a culture will ruin their lives forever!
That is terrible. A culture of human cancellation?
Oh, you believe in cancel culture, do ya? It's a myth, dummy!
If you don't start watching your mouth, I might have to look through your old tweets, you big dumb alien.
Tweets? What are tweets? Never mind. Let's try something else. A perfect society will only come from individual freedom. It will never come from the government.
Are you nuts? The government better feed me, better educate me, and better house me!
Yeah, and agree with me that men can get pregnant too.
I'm pregnant right now!
Our advanced research empirically showed that the human male cannot become a pregnant.
Follow the science!
Yes, the science. That is what I'm saying.
Follow the science!
The science says men cannot become pregnant.
Follow the science!
Shouting, follow the science, does not prove that men can become pregnant. But even if they could, why would you want the government to define that?
Why? So they can force others to believe it too.
Yeah, the government should have the power to force people to believe things as long as I believe them too!
This is irrational, illogical, and will never lead to a utopian society.
Government! Government!
This is lunacy! You people are lunatics!
Government! Government! Hey, you big dumb alien! If your utopia is so great, how often are your major cities burned to the ground?
That never happens.
What? That means no one's standing up for social justice!
The number one sign of a progressive and healthy society is that they burn their cities down in the name of justice!
I tried. It is hopeless. Terminate.
I cannot believe that thing brought a message of peace, love, and unity. What a hateful conservative!
Yeah, you can tell that we're the good guys by all the terrible stuff we do.
How was that, guys? That was a little funny. All right. I will put the link out there now. So if anybody wants to join, um, so let me go back and check something here. So, anyways, we're talking about being in this or media Oh yeah. I wanted to play this too. Shit. Let's go ahead and play this. Oh, that video that I just played, you guys, was from the Babylon Bee. Babylon B, Babylon B. That's BEE. I will put a link, share, download. Let's see, how do I get a link? Save, share. Hold on. Let me grab a link for you guys. Are we gonna have this now? You're gonna run real slow, are you? Are you? Well, I will not want to run slow. Link, copy to clipboard. Okay, so here is the link to that guy's channel. Okay, and now since most of you were not here at the beginning of this, you guys just, I don't know what took you so long to get here, but I wanted to play that one video again. Let's see, let me grab it here. Come on now. So we were talking about being in the mediaverse. Could we have been low jacked already? Maybe. We're definitely low jacked into one already. So they want to put us in another. This is why we gotta stick together and fight, stand up, and say no and fight against this. We have to be one. Patrick, the link does work to StreamYard. It does or doesn't? It doesn't work? Let me share. Let me hold on a second. Let me grab it again. Okay. Hey, welcome, JW. Here is the link to. This is the link to StreamYard. The last link I put in there was for that guy's channel that I just showed the video to. And I want to show this one real quick. Let me mute this. This is
so proud this thing. Your goal is never ending. We don't want nothing, not a thing from you. Your life is needed, boring, confiscated. If that's your best won't do. Whoa. We're right, yeah. We're free, yeah. We'll fight, yeah. We'll see. Whoa. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it.
I'm sorry. I forgot I muted myself. Welcome, Chris.
Hello, hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Um, and I'm doing all right. And Golden, the I don't know what's going on, why you can't get in,
I
but
am
Chris
gold.
used the link and
Patrick, I
oh,
am gold.
I always mess that up. I'm not putting Golden with you, but I suppose if I read the
Golden.
rest of it, Golden Psych, I just did. I don't know what it is, but it's just not. I'm not putting you and your avatar together there.
No,
I'm I'm sorry.
the first link didn't work. It said the stream had ended, and then the second link worked fine.
Oh, I see. So, what do you think about what I was just bringing up about the metaverse? What did I call it? The mediaverse.
Yeah, I'm not interested in the mediaverse. Like, I'm not interested in trying it, doing it, anything like that. I find there are some things that I find really strange. I do understand where you're coming from when it comes to your vacation, like everybody would, because like this,
You're cutting out. You do understand what?
what you were talking about, being around people that have been programmed to, you have to wear a mask, you have to take the giggles, you have to do this, you have to do that. No, you don't have to.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine living out there like that anymore. It's like I don't really get out too much anymore, especially since I lost my vehicle to the transmission going out. So I've been pretty much stuck here for the last year, and I'm asking God, why do you have me stationary right now? Because I'll tell you, after 2016, after my kidney failure and stuff, I was stationary for about 2 years, maybe a little over 2 years. And I'm just like, why must I be like this? Why do I have to be here? I don't want to be here. I want to be out conversing with people and, learning and all this. And I feel like I'm stuck here because I'm waiting for my job. I'm waiting to do what I'm supposed to do. And then all of a sudden, I kept getting this urge, as everybody who has been following me for since I started knows, that when I very first started doing these streams, I first started doing all, just Mandela Effect, and I was getting I didn't want to do these streams. I didn't like the camera. I didn't want to be on camera. I still don't like to really be on camera, but I find it more. I like to watch streams where I can see the people. If I'm not seeing the people, I'm not really interested in the streams.
Okay.
Um, What?
No, I agree with you.
Oh, okay. And so I, but anyways, I kept getting this urge, like you got to start doing streams. You got to start doing streams. And I'm just like, I don't want to, and I fought that for about 6 months or so, and finally I was just like, fine, I just did a short Mandela video, my very first video. I think it's still up, and so I just went from there and started doing the ME 24 hour type thing where we were sharing spots every hour and stuff. Um, so I don't know why I'm stationary at this point because I really feel like I could be doing more out there. But I guess I'm supposed to be here continuing to do this. But now I can kind of see why I'm here. So I don't get infected. That's the only way I can put it. If I go out there, I'm going to get infected. If I'm going to be out there constantly, I don't know how anybody can live out there right now and be around all that constantly without slowly but surely being infected. It must be, it's got to be hard to hold on to yourself when you're out there because everybody's molding to one program, to one, to, to a program basically because they're all their rights are being taken away and they are happy. They're not they as much security that I mean we're talking now I think 3 to 4 giggles to for your green thing to be good now. You have to get 3 or 4 of them giggles.
It's 3 right now, but there's 4 slots on the card, so it's gonna
I
be.
mean this is crazy and people are just going along with it like they really think that this is going to be done with once everybody gets the giggles. And I'm just like, wow, what? Really? Do you really think? And even if it was, I'd still be disappointed because I don't want to go back to the way it was. I don't think we should live that way. Um, there definitely needs to be change. And obviously, this kind of change isn't the way to go about it. And people aren't seeing and I think this is what's going to happen is it's all rolling in very fast. Somebody mentioned to me today that 2 weeks ago we did something 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, what? We just did that like 4 days ago, 5 days ago, six maybe at the most, 6 days ago. No, that was 2 weeks ago. Honest to God, it was 2 weeks. I'm like, whoa, 2 weeks. Am I getting that old, or am I cracking? Am I losing it?
No,
But
it's
time is going so freaking fast it's folding in on itself and people are going the truth is coming out everywhere. It's the truth from every aspect of life. If you look, is creeping out of every, it's trying to gush out of every hole it can. Do you see that?
yeah, I
You,
do. I see where they threw so much different stuff at us at one time.
yeah,
And different groups are fighting different things. Like
yeah,
people are fighting for education, uh, and crap that's going on.
you're cutting out.
I said people are fighting against the CRT and the CSE and mandates, and there's so much that's getting fought against. And I think they did that for a reason. Like if they threw so much at people, something's bound to slip through
Mm,
because it's too many topics for everybody to cover all at once. Do you know what I'm saying? And
mm,
propagating it is still force. It's not, they are using force. If you say to someone you will lose your livelihood, your kid can't go to school, you can't go to any grocery store, that's force. That's not pressure. There's a difference.
Right.
Um, I was just responding to propagating, but
Well, I mean the people that I mean the kids that are getting it are they should not be. I don't think they're going to be held accountable in any way. But it's sad. It's sad that they're being low-jacked also. And when I think what's going to happen when people wake up to the truth of what's really happening here, parents are going to crack that they what they just are what they're doing to their kids right now. They're going to because what would you do if you thought you were doing the best for your child and every loving parent would protect their child to no end, and then to find out that they've been lied to and it all comes out and you have just damaged your kid. I mean, I would lose it.
well, everybody has to understand that they're only human, so the error is human. So you can't do everything as perfectly as you want to do it. Um, and
No, I'm saying more that they have been lied to about everything. I mean, they're not going to get they're not going to get the sass the they're not going to get the truth like we did over certain time periods at different times, and we got to take it in, process it. They're going to have to bam and there's the truth and deal with it.
I mean, I don't think everybody's going to go through that, Patrick.
You don't think so?
No, I think God. Well, I know God gives you only what you can handle. So it's like I don't think there's people out there that can handle that. But the ones that it does happen to, where it's like this big, huge awakening to slap in the face of truth, it will rattle people. But
I mean, isn't that kind of what we're going to have to be there for? Is to help them along, try to help them understand this at that point.
yeah, I that is what we are here for. That's the people that had them that knew about the Mandela effect before us. They did the videos so we could carry on, right? And for people that need it, but eventually, yeah, we are going to be a high commodity. We are going to be needed very much once the truth smacks them in the face. But I don't think it's going to happen to everyone.
Yeah, they're saying within a year's time. Hey, welcome, Buzzacino.
Who's saying within a year's time?
Hello, everyone, and groovy to see you.
I was just gonna say how you doing, Buzzacino. So I just heard in a year's time in a year's time, uh, what the hell is that guy's name that comes up with all these rockets and AI and all that shit? The guy that just came out of the blue a few years back. Now he owns the world basically. Musk,
Oh,
Musk, Muskrat.
Iron Man?
Well, within a year, they will have where they're going to start. Maybe they've already done it. Start putting these things into people's brains, and it will be you'll be able to do all kinds of things, download karate, whatever you want to do, just like the Matrix, and you'll be able to when you die. Now I don't want any part of this because I believe that this is actually part of the Bible. Is supposedly when you die you can upload your consciousness to the media verse and forever live. And I think that's in the Bible. It says where will man will want to die and he can't. And you'll be stuck up there, and at some point it'll be just like way too long. You'll be like, I want to get out of here, and you can't die. You're stuck up there, and they're gonna have this technology. They say within a year's time. They probably already got it. They've probably been using it for quite a while already.
Yeah,
I can pitch in
usually.
on that one if you want.
Yeah, go ahead, Buzzachino.
Elon Musk is currently waiting till next year for human trials with his brain chip. But at the moment, if you look into it, there is a company called Synchron that is creating something called the Stentrode brain computer interface. Now, Elon Musk's one is a chip where they take out an inch circle of your skull, and the chip fits into your skull, and the fibers go down into your brain. The difference with the Stentrode, which is already in human trials, and I've actually seen 2 people with it in their brain, controlling a computer with their thoughts.
Oh my
Now, the
God.
Stentrode, what that does, just like in your heart when they put a stent into your heart, similar sort of thing, but in the veins all around your brain. And it's like a fine graphene mesh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's like a fine graphene mesh.
But Patrick, they've already had that since the 1970s. Just not inside the skull, outside the skull.
Mm,
So that's already been tested, proven, and prototyped, whatever you want to call it.
mhm.
That's already out there. They have a helmet that you put on, and your thoughts get transferred to a computer. So they've already done that though. So I guess now they're trying to make it to where you don't need a helmet, and it's all put inside your skull.
That's just crazy to me. Um,
Well, it looks like they're actually trying to decode all brainwaves. When you look back at Obama when he was in power, and you look at the amount of money that he actually put into brain research, you look at Bush where he started it, and then Barack Obama, he's pushed it even further. And literally, you look at the research on it at the moment, the steps they're into at the moment is trying to actually decode your dreams, put them into a visual representation for you to watch back. If they're that far into it, then you know that they're
wow.
literally decoding all thought. They're trying to do a transcript of all thought.
Remember when they called them conspiracy theorists, but they weren't, with the aliens, and they used to wear the aluminum on their head, like aluminum foil, stuff like aluminum hats, that kind of thing. That
Like
was
in the film Signs.
The Coneheads?
no, it's people who believe that like aliens can read their brains, read their thoughts,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
so
Okay.
they wear like the tinfoil hat. But that was all that came in at the same time as they came out with the helmet that you put on. It's some type of helmet that you put on, and your thoughts get transferred to to a computer. So
Mm,
the fact that they've already had that technology, all they're trying to do is refine it to where you don't have to have probes on the outside, but have something inserted. And, you know what I mean?
mhm.
You see, they're after immortality. What they want is to be able to upload themselves, create a clone of themselves, and then download themselves back into that clone so that they can just keep living forever. That's what they want. That's what they're trying to do. I don't know about for us. I mean, Elon Musk is building these robots. I don't know if you've seen the film Surrogates, but you had Mark Zuckerberg's metaverse, you had Elon Musk's chip or the synchron stentrode brain computer interface and Elon Musk's robots or that robot company that's doing all the robots at the moment. I can't remember the name of it. But either way, they've got these robots that we could go into the metaverse and literally go out to work in a robot. In other words, you are the robot going out to work, doing stuff, coming back, and then unplugging from your robot, coming out the metaverse and carrying on a normal life. You know, you've got that possibility now. It's sitting there. So anyone that gets too scared may never have to go out again if they get a surrogate robot, to do everything for them.
What kind of work are they going to do in the?
Well, say for example, you don't want to go out because you don't want to catch no disease or this, that, the other. Which me personally,
Oh my god!
that doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me in the slightest because I don't believe in
I-
that. It's like I
right.
don't believe in Santa.
I see where you're going.
Santa was made up to instill fear.
Yeah, I get
And
it.
joy.
So you can go out and have fun without actually going out to get a chance of getting sick.
Well, they have that They have that robot that supposedly shows and supposedly feels emotion, and they're making her in mass production. That's a little too freaky for me. I don't want to be around.
Yeah, those spaces are pretty creepy, aren't they, Chris?
Yeah. Oh,
That's some scary stuff. I just want to say, Patrick, I stuck you 2 links in the StreamYard. Once you've had a look at them, maybe you'll want to use them in some stream or that in the future. I don't know, but they're good little, funny little cartoons. I don't know if you've seen them. They've been around for a while, but I think they are awesome, especially the logic and all the rest of it in it.
Yeah, I'll
They're
take a
worth
look at them. I'll take a look at them. I appreciate that.
It was like that one you showed before, you know, where it's explaining stuff. But this is good. It's a human trying to explain government to an alien.
Oh, that's funny.
The other way round.
Hey, welcome, Billy Bass.
that's who we were talking about last time, Patrick.
Yeah. And what were we?
Good
talking
evening. Hey, sorry, I couldn't get myself unmuted in time. Good evening, folk. How is everyone?
Good. How did your project turn out?
How did my what?
Your project.
Oh, it was yeah, I guess successful. It wasn't unsuccessful. So yeah, I guess it was probably gosh, like a month ago or so. I had forgotten already. Yeah. Oh, and that's right. We ended up having an issue with a wheel, as you predicted. And I don't recall what it was, but it was like something we only remembered. Like, so for you might recall, I was telling you I had a big project and was nervous about it. And you were like, you better be careful. There's going to be a problem with a wheel or a cog. And yeah, something went awry, but we didn't realize until after the fact. And we were like, wait a minute, that's right. That's right. But everything was a success. So thank you so much for asking. How are you? How is everyone?
Good.
Good. And welcome, dearest Dawn, and Brenda, and David Wolf, and Cammy, and Bit of Venom. Welcome, everybody. The Propagating Falcon. A Crystal, Boynick, Grace. I think that's just a thing. Billy Bass, what you been up to? You got any new things going on, or you got anything?
Oh, just hanging out, eating cheese, smoking weed. You know, cheese and weed, living life like I love it.
Yeah, I don't do that. I smoke the weed and eat the beef jerky.
Oh, hell yeah. What flavor was that? Is it teriyaki?
The best. Teriyaki.
Yeah. Hey, what are your thoughts on Slim Jims?
They're good, but they give you heartburn.
I like them.
I like the ones where they come with the cheese. Did you ever have that where it's like the meat stick, but then you get the cheese stick with it?
No. Bite into
Yeah,
a
that's
Slim Jim.
yeah.
I just did what's his name? Ron Nacho Grande, whatever his name is. You know that wrestler. Bite into a Slim
Yeah,
Jim.
I believe you're referring to former Slim Jim spokesperson Macho Man Randy Savage.
That's it, yeah.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Hey, Buzzacino, I heard a song that you did not long ago. I think it was yesterday or whatever. You did the whole song. It was really good. You did a damn good version of it too. And I can't remember the name of it. Was it Bye Miss American Bye? Drove my Chevy to the levee was dry. I don't think it was that one.
Gary Jules' Mad World, I did a rewrite called Masked World, and I'm currently looking for a singer who can do a James Brown because he did a song called This Is a Man's World, and
yeah.
I've rewritten the first lot of it as This Is a Masked World.
What song did you sing yesterday on Ken's show? Or Ken's stream? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
I couldn't. Yeah, I thought it. At first, I thought it was Rebel singing it, and then I looked and I seen your thing was going off, and it was you singing it. I'm like, holy shit, that's pretty good. But it wasn't. It wasn't Mass World. It wasn't anything that it have to do with this thing going on. It was a song, and you did the whole song, and it seems like it was like an older type song. But I can't think of the name. I know it was you that sang it. I watched you sing it. Unless I'm watching a different timeline, but I watched you singing a song yesterday in Ken's chat.
Yeah, I can't remember because I sung some in Ken's, and on the night before I was in Matrix Man's, and I was singing some in Matrix Man's. And well, I sing 24/7, so I sometimes forget what I'm singing.
Well, what would you like? Would you like to start us off with a poem and then sing us a song? Yeah, why don't you surprise us with whatever you want to do, whatever you think is we'll go with tonight.
Okay, I'll give you two poems that I wrote. One I've actually said on Ken's and How Goes, and the other one I wrote recently for one of Algo's, and he ended up not doing his stream for some reason, but I got to say it on Ken's. But I'd imagine some people haven't heard it here. Right, the first one is called Creation Reality. The thought, you see, it seems to me that it creates this energy. The energy is in full motion, which brings to me my second notion. Everything moving creates a change. Noticing this gives time a range, measurement for our perception, so that we may recognize creation. Understanding lets us see so we can describe our reality.
Very good.
Thank you. That's the first one. And the second one is for people to it's trying to basically ask people to calm down a little bit and think about it for a second before they go blowing up, which is called Gentle Truth. Some will never listen, so we have to let them see. The truth is coming out, and it must be done gently. Too fast, and their heads will blow, and panic will ensue. Remember how you felt when the truth was shown to you? So please be patient. Please understand. A time of change is now at hand.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very true.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember when I first woke up to this stuff.
And some have not woken up. This is the thing we got to remember. Some of them are going to be waking up in front of our eyes, and they're going to be getting close to that head exploding aspect.
Yeah, that's
So
what I
all
was.
I'm saying is people got to be a bit more understanding, because some of the people are never going to wake up. We're going to have to change things for the better before the ones that won't see will see. Yeah. Those that
Yeah,
actually do wake up, even though they've had it, it's a case of they're the ones that are going to get angry first. And, we're going to have to handle that with kid gloves at the end of the day.
and that's just the thing is that we are the ones that have to stand up. If we don't stand up, you might as well just. I mean, it's in each and every one of us to do our part, right? I
It is,
mean,
it is. But the main element from all of this is the thing they're projecting the most is fear. Fear, 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 fear.
mhm.
That's killing people more than anything else you can talk about. More than government, more than gibbies, more than diseases, more than all that. Fear is the mind killer.
Yeah, I
They just
totally agree.
redone June to emphasize that point. Fear is the mind killer. The more you fear something, the more it can harm you. The more involved in fear you are, the more damage you're doing to your own body, because your body starts shaking when it's in that highest element of fear. It cannot control itself in that element of fear. So if
Right.
it can physically affect you by being in the deepness of fear, stop fearing. Change your
Yeah.
change your way of thinking.
And
Become brave.
a lot of people need to learn how to shut the damn TV off because what just that little bit that there's people in the pool area and stuff and they're talking and so I was trying to pay attention to the TV kind of looking away because I was by myself. You know how you're just like you're not inconvenient, you don't want to talk to them, but you're trying to look occupied. So I'm watching the TV and I'm listening to what they're talking about on there, and I'm just like, man, I feel sorry for the people who are sitting in front of these TVs for hours on end and getting that information that they're feeding them because I literally felt like something was starting to try to creep its way in, literally, and I was like, whoa, whoa. That's not happening. You ain't gonna get me to believe in this shit. I mean, it's just like before you know it, that shit can really take you over.
Hey Patrick, where do you get your news? Do you watch news on television, cable television, or broadcast stations?
Most of my news comes from alternative news, and I watch a lot of different ones like uh, Dabu 777 or whatever. I can't think of his name, but
Double O Seven.
yeah, him. I listen to Mark Marfugal. Um, I listen to like there's at least 5 or 6 different sources that I listen to, but it's all what do you call it? I just said it. it it's all not it's not mainstream news, alternative
It's
news.
alternative.
But I do get some mainstream news that through my phone. Like NBC will pop up a lot, Fox News pops up a lot, and every once in a while, if the headline catches my eye, I'll look into it. So I will listen to a little bit of what they say, but I don't listen very long because that stuff will wrap you up before you know it, and um, I'm not all about that. But I can't. This is what I can't. This is what I don't understand. For some people, maybe some people can handle it. Maybe some people can handle it better than me. But I cannot go and watch somebody or some news station that's talking about um, the giggles is bad for you, but they got it. You know, it's kind of hard for them to put their like this news station. He's
Like,
reporting them. He's
yeah, you mean
reporting.
like Fox News hosts are telling people that the giggles is might be a bad idea to go get, but then they're
Exact.
actually secretly going to go get them. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like you're not holding any water by. It doesn't even make sense for you to
Why?
get the.
Go ahead, Pat. I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
It's like this, right? Everybody has a choice of whether they get it or they don't get it, right?
Hmm.
Well, for the most part. But if someone, like, you have Ken Claudio who got the giggles, and then I got the first shot.
Hmm.
But I can still tell you it's not the best thing to do.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And if I
Right.
don't hold water for saying that, then that's fine. But that was my choice to do what I did, just like it was Claudio's choice to do what he did, just like it's anyone's
Right.
choice not to do it. And that's the whole thing that,
But you're not a newscast. You're not. You're not. You're not somebody who's in front of hundreds of thousands of people,
no,
um,
but
trying to. And I don't know. It's just to me that you and Ken are different because you're not promoting the vax, but you're 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 like a loved one that I have. I love you,
well, thank you.
but but I just if you were to have a show and you were to talking to a lot of people and telling them the reason, constantly telling them the reason that you got the giggles, I would be a little concerned on my part because I would be afraid that I would eventually down the road use you or somebody else like you as an excuse. Well, you know, Chris got it for that reason, and I really, it's not going to be that big of a deal for me to get it.
But that's the thing, and this is what people should be focusing on. It's personal choice. Everybody has their own body, and it's personal choice. So it's like I knew the risks, most as many as are out there. I've done the research. I will tell people with my side effects. I don't really, this could possibly happen. But I won't tell anybody to take it or not to take it. But I will tell everyone to stand up against mandates.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it's more important not whether or not the person actually had the giggles or not, but where they stand with it.
Mhm.
Most people that have taken the giggles and are the brainwashed masses, they're of course going to be promoting it and pushing everything else. Whereas those that have had it that are awake to the consequences, this, that, and the other that's going on, they're not promoting it. It's a case of it's down to whether or not you are informed or not.
Mm.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I think people need to be treated equally in that aspect because if people want to promote it, then you go promote it elsewhere. I don't want to know. But
Right.
if you're awake, you understand that this is not just about the giggles. This is about control. This is about rights. This is about literally taking over the world. Once you understand that, then you're against it. Therefore, if you do speak up, not a problem.
It's like when I went to that motel, I was expecting to go on like a little mini vacation overnight, enjoy myself, but I ended up learning so much out of that, and it was very I was very it's been very I wanted to cry really because I don't even recognize this place anymore. I don't even recognize this place at all. And I feel like the more people that give in, the more we're losing grip on who we really are, who we are. We're falling deeper into, and I know I shouldn't worry about other people, but I do. That's just what I do. I've always worried about other people.
Well, let me chuck out a positive to a negative then, see if this helps. Everything in life has got cause and effect, yeah? And when people look at all what's going on in the world and the way it's being promoted on TV and all the rest of it, it's negative here, it's negative there, it's negative there, it's negative there. But then, if you stop for a second, drop your fear, drop all your emotions, and look at it from a base logic point of view, what is going on here? What have they done? They've done the mask, they've done the social distancing, they've done the lockdown and all the rest of it. Now, what has this done to a lot of people? Some bad things. But is there anything good that has come out of it? Yes. We're seeing it every day. What it has done is it has made people come out of their shell. Most of them around the world are starting to come out of their shell. They're either waking up to this or they're fully falling asleep to this.
Mm.
But either way, you're getting good people are starting to shine, recognize each other, find each other where they're coming out of their shell. And the bad people, where they're coming out of their shell, they're easier to recognize. They're easier to understand that they're bad. And now the whole world is looking at them. So, in everything negative, there's always an element of positive somewhere in there, except for the really, really bad stuff. But in the rest of it, there's always positives that we can look to. And the more people look inwards and find their true self and bring that out of themselves, which seems to be happening right now with some, we stand a better chance. I mean, the truth is coming out, and they are showing their colours. They're easier to spot, the bad guys now. That's got to be good because that gives us the chance to change this. A lot of people didn't know who the bad guys were before all this started. Now a lot of people are getting to see who they are. And when we can see who they are, then we can start making a change. That's why I said this is a time of change. The old normal's never coming back. This is freedom or bust, baby. Freedom or bust. That's what this is.
Yeah, I agree.
But the other
Yeah.
thing too, Patrick, you're not going to win people over by extreming the fear of getting the giggles. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're only promoting the opposite fear of what the people who are for the giggles do. And that's why I take the stance on, if it's up to you. These are the side effects. This is the possibility. And this is the possibility without. And everybody's got to make their own choice. So whether they do it or they get the giggles or they don't get the giggles. That's and that's what we should be fighting for. Not for against the mandates is what we should be fighting for.
Hmm.
And people have the knowledge. I do agree with Buzz on that. That people should have the knowledge to make the decision. But selling fear either way, either against the giggles or for the giggles, isn't going to attract people.
I
They're not.
mean, I even have a hard time going to Walgreens and standing in line waiting for a prescription, and the next window over is the Giggles window where you fill out your forms and stuff, and I have to take everything that inside me not to go over and start talking to the people who are getting them, and and saying, hey, did you do enough research? This is going on with it, and da 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 da.
Here's a little tip for you, Patrick. If you go out fearful, other
I'm not.
people.
I'm not
No,
in
no, no.
fear.
I'm using an example, dude. I'm not talking you. I'm just talking an example. Yeah. If
Mm.
you go out with fear, people feel that and they fear. If you go out with aggression, people feel that and you get aggression back. So when I go down to the supermarket, the second I go to walk in with no mask on, I start singing a happy song. And I walk around that store shopping and singing happy song all the way around. And guess what? All I get is smiles from those not wearing masks. I don't get anyone wearing a mask talk to me at all. They leave me alone. And I get me shopping and I go home happy.
Yeah, but you can carry a tune.
Yeah, but you don't have
I
to
would
sing
probably
out
get
loud.
shot.
Sing it in your head.
I'm
It's the
just
point
joking.
of being happy and
Yeah,
projecting happy so that other people can
I
see.
gotcha. I was just messing with
You get what I mean?
you.
It's emotion breeds emotion. Fear creates fear. Anger creates anger. Love creates love. Yeah,
Mm.
it's a case of be the mirror sometimes because you need to defend yourself, but in other times be the example. The example being good is good. It helps. It does help, honestly. It's just like some people won't listen. So instead of giving it, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't think logically. You're just afraid. No, hang on. Let's calm it down. Now let's change the narrative. Look, I'm worried about this. I'm not sure about this. Can you help me out? Can you look into this for me and tell me if I'm right or wrong about this? Why? Because people that you love and care about, if they love and care about you, you ask them for help, they're more likely to try and help you. Whereas if you try and get them to actually look at this, look at that, do as you're told, most people fight against it. Sometimes all you need is to create that level of understanding, and sometimes a plea for help can create that narrative.
Mm.
I don't understand this. Please help me. Look into it. Explain it to me. The amount of people that have actually looked when they weren't gonna because they wanted to help me has changed their minds. It does work. Not on everyone, but it does work.
Yeah, a lot of things going on. A lot of things.
Dude, I'm seeing you sitting there and it's like I'm feeling your heart breaking. And that's something that you gotta stop. It's all breaking all of our hearts. It is. It is. But we gotta be strong to get through this. So you gotta hold it together. Get all the duct tape you can, wrap it around that heart, and keep going. Come on, brother.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I just want to be able to, you know, none of us really know what the fuck is going on. We can see what we see, and we know that something's not right for sure. And it's like you want to be, not want to, but have to. I feel like I have to be like a Paul Revere screaming at the top of my lungs. Um, but no, I know it's everybody's choice to do what they want. I mean, I get that, and I get that. Everybody says you gotta stop worrying about everybody else, but if we didn't worry about You know, I mean, look at what's happening in Australia, and I feel if there's more people standing up, that wouldn't be happening in Australia. You know, there's just and this could be it too. Is that the only ones that are awake and standing up are the ones that are involved in this game or whatever that we're playing in this system or whatever. I don't know. My mind is like all over the place.
Yeah, but they've been doing that by design. I mean, it's called information overload. It's
Mhm.
they've got a psychology handbook. I mean, you must have heard that Russian defector talking about the KGB social project where they go into a society and they turn the society against itself from the inside. You know, situational design. It's just psychology. They flood you with all this information, tiny bit of the truth, loads and loads of red herrings left, right, and centre, constantly creating situations. I mean, it's the Hegelian dialect. They create a problem, they manage the reaction, and then they come with the solution and make themselves out to be the heroes.
Mhm.
And they've been using that for centuries. We're
Yeah.
now in this time that some people call the apocalypse, Armageddon, all the rest of it. People fear that because it's been propagated as end of the world, the end of times, this, that, and the other. When you actually look into it, it means the time of revealing, the time of truth.
Mhm.
And we're seeing that right now.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean end of the world, it means time of truth.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that is what we're starting to see. That's why so many people's hearts are hurting right now, because when you see the truth, it does hurt your heart to see what they're doing.
I can't believe how many people have this Fauci on top of a pedestal. I mean, that guy can do no wrong, and I'm like,
Oh, he's
he's
the Dr. Mengler of this world, dude. He's
yeah.
he's bad.
There's so many commercials that I've seen this guy in, and they just put him on a pedestal, and I'm just like, and these people are, uh, you know, I gotta be. I tested positive, so I gotta be locked down for a couple weeks. I've got people I know that have their 10-year-old kid has not went to school in over a month
Did you say you
because
tested positive, Patrick?
not me. I ain't shoving one of
Oh,
them
phew.
Q-tips
Okay,
up
that's
my nose.
wonderful. Good news.
I
What'd you
will
say?
never, I will never get one of them tests either. I won't be shoving them up my nose.
Well, oh, you won't go. You won't just get tested, like if a requirement to go. How come?
Why would I want to? Why would I want something shoved up into my brain
That's not how
for
they.
no? I
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
give a
I've
shit
had
how
it
it.
done probably more than 10 times. It actually I like the way it feels. It really like cleans out my sinuses.
Sarcasm. Everybody that's
No,
sarcasm.
no, I am being completely serious. It feels really good in your nose. Or maybe it feels good in my nose. Maybe not your nose, but I don't know. Where I live, I can get them for free. But
What are you used to putting up your nose that it feels so damn good?
no, maybe I'm not putting enough things up my nose, and so when I get the test, it's so refreshing. I'm like, oh damn, this is a good. Maybe I'm just a sick nose freak and I didn't realize it.
Well, when I got tested, I just spit in a tube.
Yeah, that's one reason, Chappelle, is the tests are not even accurate. So why would I want to shove that fucking thing up me?
Well, you have to think about that, don't you? I mean, they got this thing that they were sticking up everybody's noses, and yet they wanted everyone to wear a mask because supposedly it's in your saliva. Hang on, why don't you get the swab from in the mouth then?
Yeah,
They do
right.
that.
Yeah, now, but that's
Yeah.
only because everybody was asking that question. They thought,
Mhm.
oh, right, yeah, we better switch this.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
not. I think it has something to do with the virus can concentrate more in the nasal passages than it can in like other parts of the respiratory system. And so if you are more likely to collect a sample from through the nose, more likely to correct an accurate testable sample with a good sample size by taking a swab from the nose as
But don't
opposed to
don't you need an actual test that works first?
yeah, like the ones available here are totally fine. Mistakes
None
are
of
few
them.
and far between.
Well, what do you? I don't. What are you talking about, Billy?
Yeah, I mean, the
They,
creator of the PCR test, who died in 2019 mysteriously, before he died, he actually pointed out that this does not work. It will give false positives, especially over cycles of 24. And
And why
they
did he
was
invent
using it
it?
at 40 and 45.
yeah, I seen that video too. Yeah,
Oh, geez.
I mean, the information's out there. You just got to go and look.
Yeah, I would like. Who is this? Is the inventor of the PCR test
yeah.
and died in
He
2019?
said it wasn't even invented to be testing for this, for one thing. And
Yeah,
they
well,
never, like Christos said, they never isolated the virus to come up with a test for it. So the test is totally inaccurate.
yeah. Well, there's multiple types of tests, but it looks like so. Kerry Mullis, the inventor of the PCR technique, yeah, he died in August 2019, and then the virus wasn't discovered until not too long after then. I guess the first public cases were reported December 31st, 2019.
But we had a whole written transcript on how this was going to go down in 2019.
Yep, there's paperwork back
I
from
didn't get a copy.
2015, 2013,
That's why you got to do your research, dude.
1999,
This whole
1987,
thing has been on
1984,
paper.
all the way back to 1956. Government emergency, overpopulation, black and white film footage, probably in around 2020, influenza pandemic. From 1956, black and white.
Billy,
It's been
all out
planned
there.
for a long time.
Beth,
Yes.
in 2017, actually 2016, John Hopkins University published a book or a booklet, and it is still available to read, but it's all about COVID.
Was it about coronavirus? Because there's types of coronavirus that have existed for a while.
They did a roundtable, Billy. They did a roundtable, a mock of every step that they've been doing. It's all been on paper. Most of us have knowing the steps that they're going to take before they even take it, because we read the whole thing. We've seen the videos of their mock thing. Matter of fact, when they very first started it, it started out as a mock, and then they went live on live TV.
So what's next then? What's the next? If you're one step ahead of them, can you give me a warning? Let me know what.
Yeah, they're gonna keep coming out with different variants. They already have the name for them, but I don't remember the names. But they do have the names for every variant written down already. And
Yeah, I think they're just going through what is it, the alphabet, the Greek alphabet.
Yeah.
Alpha, beta,
Delta.
etc.
Delta.
I don't know how they're doing it, but the names are already written down. And you think we're bullshitting, but we're not.
Delta.
No. It's kind of like how they picked like every year, hurricane season, they already know the names of the hurricanes before the hurricanes come. They have it ready so that when all of a sudden it gets stormy, they're like, damn, it's Barbara. And then they know Barbara's coming before Barbara's even there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not the best analogy. I don't know.
No, that was actually quite
I
good,
see
and the timing is awesome because China, they just put out on the news. I mean, everybody in the past was saying chemtrails, chemtrails, and everyone was saying, "Oh, you conspiracy theories, you conspiracy theorists, you're nuts, you're crazy, tinfoil hat wearers." So China on the news the other day, what did they have? Oh, we actually changed the weather a couple of times. This is how we did it: geoengineering, spraying. Here's footage of us spraying out the back of a plane.
9/11 was an inside job. What do you think about that one, Billy? Do you think our government had anything to do with 9/11?
I'm sorry. I keep switching tabs, and I have to unmute you, and I can't reach you fast enough. I'm sorry. What was the question?
Do you think the government had anything to do with 9/11?
Oh, that is a complicated question, Patrick Roberts.
Why is it complicated?
Because they did
You're
what
asking me, do I think the government had anything to do with it? I think the government could have stopped it. I think the government failed. I think there were multiple Well, I think most people can agree that there were multiple intelligence failures.
You don't think the government helped set it up?
You mean killing all the people?
Yeah, the whole thing. The buildings coming down, everything.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like killing 3,000 people, for what, why exactly? Why would the government do it?
Because you wanted to go to war with another country.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's valid.
Okay, let's look at a couple of the other valid points. Who purchased the buildings? For how much? What was wrong with the buildings? As in asbestos throughout the lot. It would have cost a fortune to resort all those.
How did they
right.
come down?
Also, before, if you look at the planning, when they was designed to be put up there, they was worried about how you're going to bring these down when it comes time to actually bring them down. So they put a clause in for them to allow to build them. They have to be set up in a way that they can have explosives put in them and taken down professionally. So that's how they were built. And also, you've got I think it was 6 weeks or 6 months beforehand, the guy that had bought the buildings put out extra insurance on them that happened to cover terrorist attack.
Well, I think that last part is maybe not, in my opinion. Like, okay, if I owned one of the tallest buildings in the world and I leased it to some of the wealthiest entities involved in elements of Western society and capitalism, and was I don't know, flirting with, I would be prepared for a potential terrorist attack. Well, you would have to remember the building had already been hit by a terrorist attack in what, 1994, 93? So, it would make sense to have terrorism insurance. Like, if I was a tall building, I would have terrorism insurance. But,
Okay.
I'm not
our own government has been doing terrorism since the Oklahoma bombing, since the the government was involved in the Oklahoma bombing, killing all them kids. Hey,
No, that
it's
was
nothing.
Timothy McVeigh and Nichols. I mean, they were veterans, though, so you can argue that they were agents of the United States government. But that it was an attack itself on. Maybe it was like a CIA attack on the FBI potentially, but like the victims of that attack was the federal government. It was an attack on a federal building.
Billy, here's a question for you. When they did the investigation into it all, and they put out that big paperwork on all what they found, the findings, the one thing that wasn't there was all the eyewitness accounts. Over 500. We're talking police, we're talking fire people, we're talking ambulance drivers, paramedics.
What incident are we discussing?
The
Twin
problem
Towers.
excuse me, Buzz. The problem is, and I don't think a lot of people see this, but when you come out that everything that ever happened bad in the United States or around the world, it's all conspiracy. which isn't true, you lose people. People are just like, yeah, whatever. Okay. And instead of focusing on the here and now,
Yeah,
the
no, I totally agree with you. For
like,
Hey
one,
everyone.
Buzzacino and I have been talking about uh, shit that is not just a conspiracy; it's actual truth. And two, yeah, no, I agree. We should agree on this, but we're trying to give Billy a little past. I'm trying to find out where he's at in his beliefs and why he's here if he doesn't believe in the stuff that has been that we've gone through years and years ago. I'm trying to find out, are you here to to fuck around, or are you here to
No,
really
of
learn,
course
or
not. I'm
what?
just interested party.
Patrick,
Okay,
that's not
Yeah,
nice.
we're all here to learn.
okay,
Patrick,
that's no, huh?
that's not nice. I don't believe in half of the conspiracy theories that you guys talk about, and I have a proof of otherwise.
I'm not saying they're all
But
real either. Did I say they are all real? I'm saying the ones we touched on
but to say
are.
that, if he doesn't believe in a conspiracy theory, why is he here? That's not nice.
No, no. I said I'm trying to find out what he believes in, where he's at, and if he hasn't gone that far back to dig into this stuff, where is he at right now? So I know what we can talk about with him that he will understand. That's where I'm trying
Oh,
to come
I
from.
can catch on quickly. Don't you worry about me, Patrick. Don't make this about me, please, please, please. I'm just here to just. I'm just here for the ride, buddy. Okay, I'm just here, and yeah, yeah. But I am all ear. If you have any questions, but please, I don't want to be a distraction. I'm sorry.
No, I don't mean anything
Sorry.
bad about it because I just don't want to get. Uh, I this channel is serious. What we talking about is serious, and yes, we all need to come together, and we all are learning. But I didn't want anybody to come in and make a joke about every people on the panel or people in chat. I didn't want somebody to come in and take this as a joke. That's all. And if I'm bad for doing that, then so be it. But I want to make sure my channel is not being um, infiltrated, if you want to say that, whatever.
Yeah, I saw that was the title of your show the other night, right?
Right. So maybe maybe I am maybe I'm just getting a little too serious, and maybe I need to relax a little bit. I don't know.
I,
I'm
I
just
think you
Well,
need to smoke some more of that teriyaki jerky weed.
That's great.
see,
Yeah.
Billy Bass is groovy. Same as Floyd. Hello, Floyd. You're groovy.
Hey,
Hey
Patrick,
brother.
you've put your warning out there, dude, and job done. It's a simple case of you pointed out to any trolls out there that might be pointed in this direction. We ain't up for the joking crap, and job done. End of, dude. Relax, chill, rubber,
Yeah, shake it
breathe.
out, Pat. Shake it out.
Let it go. Let it go.
I
Chill.
apologize to Chris. I didn't mean to jump on at you or on
I don't
you.
think it jumped on me at all. I'm cool.
It's awesome to
I
see you, Billy.
apologize to all of you. I'm a little on edge, I think. I
I'm
don't
Hey,
know.
not.
love you all. Love you all.
I'll be honest with you, Pat. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I know truth and I know facts, and I go
Yeah,
on.
but conspiracy, they give it that name, and it just, the elite gave a lot of these things that name for a reason to get people to say conspiracy theorists are nut jobs and all this. That's okay if you're not a conspiracy theorist. That's fine. I happen to be one. I don't believe in everything that gets thrown at me, but I pick and choose. I put on what I want to believe on the table, just like with my beliefs with Jesus Christ and all that. We all have our own beliefs, and Yeah, so why don't I stop talking for a little while and let you guys just go at it for a little while?
Hey,
just
hey
wanted to
Pat,
say
I had,
hi to
I had a
everybody.
question if you don't mind. Did you discuss yet already where you were like I saw the videos of that awesome indoor pool with the caves and the hot tub. Where were you? What was up? Everything cool? You have a good time?
Yeah, I was just a couple towns over. Was just taking some friends had a free motel room and everything. So they asked me if I wanted to go along. So I went along, and I had
Kinky.
fun. But it was just very.
I'm
It was
kidding.
just
Sorry.
very weird, being. It's been a while since I've been out and about. I haven't been to the bars. I haven't done anything really lately. So. And
Did you have a good time?
yeah, I mean, it was all right. Um, as long as I stayed pretty much by myself, yeah.
What do you mean? Like, you were with friends or like?
Well, I mean, I mean, I was with the friends, but they were kind of doing their own thing, and I was doing mine, and I just meant, a lot of people were talking. Believe it or not, the conversation everywhere is what's going on in the world with this COVID and everything. So, and that's what I was actually just wanting to get away from a little bit. I kind of dropped listening to YouTube or anything. I was just getting away, and pretty much everybody around me when I was in the pool or the hot tub, that's how they were talking. So,
That's good, brother. You got to balance it. You can't stay stuck into this 24/7. You got to have
right.
some release of some sort, some happiness to balance it out. That's why a lot of people are losing their minds, where they're locked up, this, that, and the other. They can't do all the things that used to give them joy and relieve the stress. So you got to find that can help you through this. You got to find it, everyone.
hmm Yeah, no, I totally agree.
And with that, I am going to bow out of the panel and sit down in the chat for a while because I've got to go somewhere else a bit later.
See ya, brother Buzzacino.
Okay, thanks a lot for coming in, Buzz.
Thank you for having me on. Love you all. You can't stop me from loving you. And you all stay groovy.
Yeah, stay groovy, man.
Have a good one. So,
Oh, he had told us to stay groovy, but he didn't explain how.
so Billy and Floyd, what are you guys thinking about this metaverse, whatever?
Metaverse.
Yeah, I
Metaverse.
call
I
it
think it's stupid.
mediaverse.
I
Hmm.
think it's stupid.
That's the
It's
new Facebook
beyond
thing.
stupid.
You can
Did you hear they're actually selling land inside this thing or property?
you
That's just dumb. Yeah.
if you go outside and plant a tree. All right, say you don't own your own property, you live in an apartment or whatever. You get a pot, you plant something. You can make your own reality in reality. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
you don't have to live some virtual reality.
Matrix does mean environment.
Well,
Hey, I'll be right back.
you can make your own environment too by who you like keep yourself around, what you do, and stuff like that. You got to find something in reality that you like. You know what I mean? Are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay. But you got to find something that you like. Like there's got to be something out there you like to do. Whether it's fishing or hunting or or planting herbs or watching TV, non-political TV. There's or music or whatever. There's got to be something.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you stay stuck in the gloom and doom and the politics and the fear porn and everything else, it it does take a toll on your spirit and your attitude and your emotional well-being. And how you cope with things. Right?
Right. Where's Patrick at again?
He went to, I think he went to get coffee or something.
Oh yeah. Coffee is the good stuff.
So, Bess, okay, all right, I don't know how to ask this, but are you Mandela affected?
Yes, I am.
And what was your experience?
The body changes, the anatomy changes.
Anatomy changes.
Yeah, that happened for me.
Would you like to elaborate or no?
Yeah, like in my reality, the heart was always on the right side. And whenever you did the Pledge of Allegiance, you would put your hand on your left side of your chest and do the Pledge of Allegiance of the United States of America. I remember that in my reality. That changed to the heart is now in the middle. And also, it used to be hollow behind your eyes in your skull. Now it's bone behind your eyes these days. That's kind of freaky to me too.
Oh, the bones behind your eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it being hollow, bro. Literally.
Right. Yeah, me too. Yeah. When we were in science, I think it was science class, health class, whatever. Oh shit. uh, anyways, we had them skeletons in our classroom, and I don't remember ever seeing bones behind the damn skeleton eyes. In the rib cage also, it goes up a lot further too.
Yeah. The intestines is moved up now too. It used to be lower.
The kidneys moved up.
Yeah, the kidneys, yeah.
No such thing as a kidney punch anymore.
Yeah.
I think intestines keep getting longer too. I don't remember them being this long before.
What?
Yeah.
What is that?
Intestines. It seems like the intestines are getting longer.
And
Oh,
plus,
yeah.
we have the limbo ring behind the iris of our eyes. We have a black ring called the limbo ring around our iris now. I remember that not being
Yeah.
there in my reality.
Yeah, that I remember seeing that. I think in 2018. The intestine one, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I haven't seen a book lately on the.
Oh no, I'm just saying. Like I remember when I was a kid, it seemed like they said that like, oh, the average person has like 10 feet of intestines in their body, and it seems like nowadays they say it. Then it like went to like 100, and then it's like 1,000.
Okay, gotcha. Huh.
Does anyone else remember that? Like, and it seems like am I the only one?
No.
No, you're not.
And
Thank you.
how about yeah, I'm trying to think what Lucille Ball, um, her husband always said to her, what's that phrase, boy?
What phrase?
That Inez says to Lucy, that
Desi.
famous
Desi Ernest.
oh, Desi, yeah, Desi says to Lucy something about
Lucille, I've returned to the house.
no. Yeah. Oh, what the hell is it? Can anybody help me?
Lucy, I'm home.
No, no. Hey, Queen. I guess nobody in chat even knows. Lucy, I'm home. No, 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 no. Yeah, that. Thank you, dearest Dawn. You have some splaining to do.
You have some.
Lucy, you got some splaining to do. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Supposedly they never said it here.
Oh, I love Lucy.
Lucy, you got some splain. Oh, Queen Bo. I didn't even. Let's see. Oh, I don't remember the splaining to do in living color. Yeah, and I remember when I went to, well, I used to work at Universal Studios, but I remember when the
What?
I worked at Universal Studios and
Oh, can you please explain after this story? Like, I want to know all about this. Is there anybody there? Is anybody there?
Yeah,
I'm here.
I think Patrick.
I don't speak much, of course.
No, I was just intrigued by working at Universal Studios. That sounds awesome. I worked at an amusement park for 8 hours when I was 16 years old. But man, if it was no Universal Studios, so if I worked at Universal, maybe I would have lasted longer than a single shift.
8 hours. That's fine. For me, it was the changes in people and the ridiculousness that's out there.
Yeah. There's these Mandela effects are definitely causing a historical change.
Yes,
No doubt.
I agree. You back, Patrick?
but I tell you, we can't even talk about Lucy anymore, and I get kicked off.
Lucy
Uh,
or something, or
so I don't know what I was saying at the time, but anyways, I was working at Universal Studios, and they had a couple that dressed up just like them, and they would do a little skit uh, on the corner like every 2 hours for the people that were visiting the park. And he would always do the little skit where he'd go, Lucy, you got some explaining to do. So if you notice, these Mandela effects always, the residue always lives within a third party skit, drawing, anything that was done third party, it survives the whatever happened to us. So if this is a matrix, and AI is running things, AI can't um, AI can't resonate, can't build things. Like it can only redo. Go in a circle. It can't imagine things. So third party things live. It can't change the third party. It can't change somebody's drawing. Like I will go out and see tons of residue of the old American flag with the red underneath the blue box. Right right now, it's the white under the blue box. That's the wrong American flag. But I'll go out and there will people will take uh, these crates that forklifts use to pile stuff on, whatever they're called. But they'll take them and pallets. They'll take them and they'll paint them their American flag colors and everything. And if they're not looking at the flag and they go off their memory, they're putting the red underneath the blue box, and I see that happen a lot. You'll drive by and you'll see the red underneath there because they painted it out of their imagination. What, Floyd?
Oh, I was texting, saying something to Queen Boudica quick.
But yeah, stripped, I suppose. What are they talking about? Welcome, Sharky. Queen. Welcome, Brenda. Catherine. Watchful. Dearest Dawn. Welcome, guys. Chappelle. Welcome. I got some explaining to do. Ken's live stream go like AKL go live stream. Oh, is Ken live streaming now?
All the cool people are in this room.
Yeah, you got that right. Even some of us assholes are still here too. Who?
That's funny.
Should we wait? So there's people in another channel right now watching
Yeah.
it. Like, should we go raid the room and fuck with them?
Who?
I'm just saying, like it's something to do. Maybe not us. Maybe okay, maybe not. All right, never mind.
Who's watching us? Ken?
Sometimes I feel like somebody's watching me.
There you go.
You know that one, Pat? Rockwell?
Oh yeah.
With Michael
Yeah.
Jackson singing it. Though uncredited, if I recall correctly.
That's funny. Yeah, that's
uncredited, if I recall correctly.
Oops. That is that was a weird video, MTV video. You ever see the MTV?
Yeah,
video?
that was a weird. Yeah, totally. It was dark. Like it was like, it wasn't like there was lots of spying, and wasn't there like an alien in it?
I don't know. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen it. I just remember the girl. She's like, looking around, and I just remember it being very creepy.
I
remember it being creepy too. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, it was very creepy.
Great song though. Classic.
Sharky, you're gonna have to go back in. I didn't see you.
So I watched this video of supposedly it was an interview with an alien.
Uh-huh. What about it?
So the alien was telling the interviewer what their species is like, as far as like they don't think on emotion and stuff like that, and it just is what it is basically. So everything comes down to there is no emotion behind it, behind any of their thoughts, motives, etc.
So, Chris, you believe in alien video, but you won't believe in the conspiracy theories?
I didn't say I believe.
I'm just kidding. That's
It's no, but I believe. I just thought it was interesting.
Dearest Dawn is asking the one from the 60s.
No, I think this was like I don't know, it was in 2008 when I saw it. The alien was like in a dark background.
Have you guys ever seen the ones that do time travels the people from the future. It's called APAC. The stream name is Apex, and they talk to time travelers that come here. You ever see that? Anybody?
Yeah, I've met, there was a guy from like 2065, and there was another one from 2035.
I find it kind of weird that I watched a lot of them. I'm interested in the time travel and timelines and all that. I think we all are. But I've never heard one time traveler who's come here ever mention anything about COVID or this place was going to be all masked up and everything. I never heard one time traveler say anything about that.
You know, it's funny. I haven't either because I watched a lot of those videos in like 2017, 2018.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
haven't seen them do a video in a while. No.
yeah, I haven't seen it in a while either. But
Hey, if you went back and if you were a time traveler and if you got to go back into the past and you could only tell people certain things, would you let them know the good stuff or the bad stuff that was coming?
I'd let them know everything that I possibly could.
But you can only choose, Pat. It's only the good or the bad. You could say good news or bad news. You can only pick one, and then they like
Well,
what do
I guess I'd let them know the bad stuff so they could save themselves.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Me too, I think.
And the time travelers that come here, they not once mentioned anything about COVID, and it's not like they could have mentioned something without giving away the whole thing and making everybody flip out or go nuts. They could have gave away a little something. But no, I didn't hear one mention about how the world's going to go through this time period of where everybody's going to be shut off and everybody's going to be masked up. Everybody's going to be afraid of each other. If you cough, you're going to be in Walmart, and instead of coughing to cover up a fart, you're going to have to fart to cover up a cough because people are afraid of you if you cough.
So where are you talking to these time travelers? It's like you've talked to more than one time traveler? I don't know if I've talked to
No,
any.
I didn't talk. I didn't talk to time
Taylor,
travelers. It's a YouTube channel that interviews time travelers that come here from different time
Apex
periods.
TV.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
No, I'm very interested. Thank you.
Yeah,
there
no
was
problem.
another one though too, Pat. I don't know if you watched it or you remember it, but there was another one that the actual time, quote unquote, time traveler made, and he was like, "Oh, he was pulling images out from a supposed library in the year 2035, and like it had political stuff in it. It had a whole bunch of, but nothing that he said came like to fruition so far. So he said that in 2020 Trump was going to get elected,
Mm.
and like said a whole bunch of other stuff.
You
So
know, when Obama, I'm sorry, Sharky, I'll bring you on in a second here. When Obama was senator, I think he was senator for Illinois. When he became
Correct.
senator and he came out of nowhere, as soon as I seen him, I'm like, he's going to be president. They're going to have him as president. I knew it. I knew they were grooming him for president.
You
And
called it.
and when Biden was vice president, I figured they're going to have him as president, and they're going to use his son who died in the Gulf War. They use that to know it. Could you imagine running on your son's death? I mean, that's the way
His
I
son
would.
didn't die in the war. His son died of brain cancer, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah,
You're right.
he didn't die in the war.
Yeah, that's right. Um, but anyways, I'm sorry, Sharky. Did you wanted to say something? You were raising your hand.
Hi, Sharky.
Hey, how's everybody?
Hi,
Good. How you
Sharky.
doing?
Good. Been making it. It's always something, but making it. So but no, the time traveler thing you talking about a while ago. I sort of remember like something about the guy. I think it was the tutor guy or Titor tutor Tudor or something like that. Was his name John?
Oh,
But
Teeter. John
Cheater.
Teeter.
Was it Cheater? Yeah, Cheater.
Yeah,
Okay,
coast to
and
coast.
he I guess so. But he had said something, or I'd read something, or watched a video. One of the three, I guess. Um, I don't know how to say it because anyhow, but about the grocery stores, and he could not believe there was all this food in the grocery stores because where he was from, that was gone, and he was like, "Man, there's all this food." And so that really stuck out to me, which is kind of what I'm seeing anymore with we've heard about, and I haven't saw it, but I mean, it's kind of there sometimes, and it's kind of there not. And I seem to be shifting like the rest of us through different phases of whatever's going on. Um, but it makes me, something I do put in the back of my head and think about sometimes, like. I think he was trying to say when what I remembered it was like it was one of those other things like a long time ago like the he said like the not the bird um the cow maybe it was something that happened in his timeline that sort of ended up taking over and wiping out being able to get food and somehow that led to something else and something else and something else and something else. Yeah. But I do kind of recall that. Um, and then when like I say when you look around what we're going through, it's a similar but not the same exact. So we'll see. I don't know.
So, hold on, I gotta bring Chris in.
Hello.
Did your internet just drop or what?
I have no idea. It like booted me off. Everything. What did I miss?
Sharky was talking about. Tell her, Sharky.
Oh, the tutor teeter guy talking about. He couldn't believe at one point he was talking about he couldn't believe the grocery stores were so had that they were just packed with all this food, and he was talking about how where he was from that was a gone long myth. Basically, it was long gone. Um, so he just could not believe the amount of food that was in these grocery stores. But he was talking about something that happened, and he was kind of associating with like not the I don't think it was the bird, but it was something to do with the cow or the pig or something like that. And in his timeline version of slightly altered whatever, that's kind of what started um, some of the same things we're seeing now. I guess basically it was just a different reason informed it, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
whatever. But I can remember that always stuck out to me because I was like, wow, man, can you imagine going into a grocery store and then what have we saw? We saw everybody in their freaking blue haired grandmas, hoarding toilet paper, a couple years ago, and you're just like, what, why? Don't you have enough clothes in your house? You can't, just find something to like, whatever, It's,
No, nobody really wants to use clothes for toilet paper, Sharky.
well, no, nobody, but I mean, you could. I mean, everybody's got those old shirts that don't, whatever. I mean, be right back. Sorry.
All right, so aliens, time travel, and what else? The met- You know what
You're cutting out, Chris.
I said? Aliens, timeline, metaverse, time travelers. Do you think that the Mandela effect was like a warning of the metaverse?
You know what? I was thinking it may be either warning or it could be some sort of if if we died, were we hijacked or were we captured to go into a sort of like a metaverse type thing, you know?
I was thinking a lot of
Who's
things out.
somebody's playing with their microphone. And Chris, if you're trying to say something, you're cutting out really bad. We can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of the Mandela effect stuff could be seen as like some type of warning to the metaverse. Logos changing, changes in people, and um, different stuff like that. So it's almost like some of the previously Mandela affected people were people that started the Mandela effect community. They were talking about a lot of changes in people, or people dying and them seeing them and stuff like that. And that's a lot of what the metaverse talks about. Like you can bring, like now they have the technology that you can talk to the picture of your dead loved one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's supposed to be within the metaverse that you can do that. So I was just wondering, like maybe the Mandela effect was showing people who were awake to it what is to come, like a
Well,
warning.
yeah, something definitely happened. Because, like I say, between our bodies, our history, or the world history, the maps, I mean, every freaking thing you can imagine. I mean, something happened. I don't know what happened, but something happened. I got no answers for.
Just a little pin, and there be no more. Ah!
Even when I know that song. What is that? Yeah, that's Floyd, right?
Pink Floyd. Pink
Wait, what
Floyd.
again?
Comfortably numb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little pinprick, and there'll be no more.
What
What comes after that?
albums ever?
Oh, I love you all. You guys crack me up.
With our bad singing. Hi, did I crack you up? I got the job today, and I'm feeling just great.
Yeah. Tony the Tiger. Tony the Tiger used to. Great.
Uh,
Something
oh,
great. It's
oh,
greater.
Let me tell you something. If you get jabbed, it'll help with your back pain. It will help. It will help. It will get you. It will help get you into the mediaverse, and there you can buy property. You can have sex with this beautiful woman. It'll actually be your hand, but it'll feel like a beautiful woman. But you'll own nothing, and you'll love it.
Have you noticed, Paige, that the perverted version, more perverse version of me
Oh
is
wow,
kind of
there's fire trucks outside
left
my
the
neighborhood.
building?
Oh wow!
I just realized that
That what did you say, Sharky?
the more teenagey, perverse version of me that would talk about sex and stuff is I haven't realized till just now that I haven't said anything like that in a while. So, mm.
I beg your pardon.
Oops. Holy shit, dude.
That's
There's
the
fire
sex
trucks outside
police
my
for
neighborhood.
Sharky.
Are you at a parade?
No, I'm not, dude. There's this fire trucks driving down my street, lol. Playing
Well, for
Christmas
real?
music, dude. That's funny shit, dude. My window's closed too, dude. They're loud.
What are they doing?
Your residence is not ablaze, is it?
Are they trying to warn everybody? Get out now! And
Hey, do
here's,
yourself a
here's
favor.
Floyd
You have
just
to open the
laughing.
door.
There's
Touch
a
the
fire
doorknob
truck out
first.
there. I don't know what fire trucks are here
you
for. Meanwhile, his house next to him is burning down, and his is on fire now too. And he's just smoke some more weed, why don't you? I'm sorry. Was somebody trying to talk and I was talking over? I've been so not very polite tonight. I think I'm fucking losing it.
What?
You fucking expect me to keep it together all the time? Damn.
What are the Sharky? Is those your marbles? Are you losing your marbles?
I found them.
He done and lost them a long time ago. That's all he's got left.
And look how old a jar it is. It's like, I mean, it's prehistoric. It's like great grandma style.
When I was there, I had to help him pick him up.
How did they fall out in the first place?
I don't even know how they got there.
The Mandela effect.
Like, that's a sign. I guess that's my marbles.
When the Mandela effect hit Sharky, you could see the marbles just coming out of his head.
Yeah.
Ugh. Every new change, gushing. So by the time I could get to Arkansas to get to Sharky, that's all we could pick up and save right there.
Yeah, that's it.
That's most of his marbles.
That's what's left of them. Yeah.
Well, at least you got some left, Sharky. We couldn't save any of mine.
Got many.
Mine are completely gone.
A few.
Hey Sharky, if you're in Arkansas, do you have any tornado troubles this week? You staying safe and sound?
No, everything was fine. It barely rained here. Dad told me there was going to be a huge storm, and nothing happened. But I don't believe in a lot of this shit. So it's a forecasting spell, So, and I don't watch the TV. So what the hell?
Well, it looks like there was tornadoes in like several states on a few days ago. Like big
Kentucky, Missouri,
lots of tornadoes.
Indiana, I believe.
Tennessee.
Yeah. 4 or 5 states it touched down. And matter of fact, that damn thing ran for 200 miles on the ground. Unbelievable. Never heard of Never heard of. Maybe the longest before that was what, maybe 5 miles that a
Yeah,
tornado can
I think it might. I don't know. It might have something. Yeah.
This whole place is falling apart, no matter how you look at it.
200 miles this thing was on the ground. 200 miles.
Yeah.
Unreal. And it tore towns apart. I mean, can you imagine how many animals they lost? They're not even counting them yet.
No.
Kentucky, some of the main grain silos for grain food got hit, and destroyed, and a bunch of chicken places. Well, anyways, yeah, I
Did you
agree.
guys? Did you see that Amazon? There's like an Amazon warehouse, and it
Yeah,
was like a tornado was coming to it, and the tornado worker or the Amazon workers were like, "You got to let us out. There's a tornado coming."
yeah,
And they were like, "No, stay here. Ship the packages." And
yeah.
then,
You're fired
yeah,
if you
like 8
leave.
people died, like
If you
Amazon
leave,
workers.
yeah, they said if you leave, don't come back.
Yeah, well,
I'd
they're
left.
not. Yeah.
So yeah, but I agree with Sharky. This is all, it's all fucking manufactured shit. It's
Some
like,
way, form, or fashion, for sure.
yeah, and like I was saying earlier, time is going so fast that I literally cannot keep up with it, and so much shit is coming out about all kinds of shit. I can't keep up with that either. So I think, yeah, I think Buzz Lightyear, Buzzacino. I think Buzz was right. I've completely overloaded myself, and I apologize for snapping to anybody tonight. I've completely overloaded myself. I'm just completely overloaded.
Too much information.
What's that, Chris?
I said too much information.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep up with it all because I've got so much on my table as far as my beliefs and what I want to check out yet. And you know how you put something on the table that you want to go back to and search more into it to see how far that could take you. Like mud flood or whatever. The buildings, the way they were built thousands of years ago, are the ones that are standing now and shit like that. There's so many things you just want to go back to, and them are just a little bit. And it's like I'm trying to keep up with all this stuff, but there's so much stuff coming out. It's like it's overload of the centuries. Yes, Chris. And I want to know everything. I want to know everything, and I feel like I only get this one chance to be in this life form to suck up everything that I want to learn while I'm here.
And what
And
Eminem said, right?
I don't think I'm going to be here very much long. What?
So you only get one stop, or how's that song go? You only get one shot to not miss your stop. Do not miss your chance. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Why don't you think you're going to be around longer, Pat? That's a bummer. What do you? Don't be so glum.
What? I don't know. I just went off in the Never Land, and I'm like, what? I don't even hear a word you said. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to. Yeah, someone gets it. I was trying to. I was quoting an Eminem song, but I couldn't think of the Eminem song. But I was inappropriate because you were talking about dying, and that's What am I doing talking about Eminem? And anyways, you just forget I'm not here, and I'm just gonna go mute myself, and I'll just be back here listening.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Um,
The
but
feel like you're gonna lose yourself?
Do I feel like I'm going to lose myself?
Yeah.
No, no. I just feel like I just feel like I feel betrayed a little bit, and I feel hurt. I feel I don't know, like disappointed kind of. I don't know. I just
Why do you feel betray means that you would have to be betrayed by a person, right?
By something.
yeah, by something, uh,
Yeah, a person or a thing, I guess. Okay.
by many things, many people. Just um, the way humanity is acting is just not right. I don't know why we can't get it. You know, it's about loving each other, accepting each other, and not judging one another, treating everybody as if you wanted to be treated. That's all it is, and we can't get it.
No, we can't because we're human. There's not one person out there that doesn't make a judgment about something or someone. There's not one person out there. We
I
are
mean,
flawed because we are.
could you honestly work for a police, whatever is over in, let's say Australia? Could you be one of them people that grabs somebody and throws them into a cage for nothing at all? My trying to wrap my mind around what goes through these people's heads when they're locking these people up for no reason.
I agree, Patrick. We should burn down the prisons.
No. There's people that belong in prison.
I'm talking about over in Australia, the people that are being quarantined, they're being forced quarantine for and not even sick. You know, I just think that it's not right.
I not right. It's not right.
And
That's not a betrayal to you. That's a.
no, I didn't say it was a betrayal to. No, I didn't say it.
I was talking about. You said you felt betrayed, so I was.
Well, yeah, but I didn't name what I feel betrayed about. You know, I'm just stating that the, that this is something that I'm disappointed in. I feel so many different feelings at once. There's times where I feel like I just want to cry. You know, there's just so much coming out. I just don't know where to go with any of them. It's like,
But Pat, that's a part of the
part of the what?
Mandela effect.
I get the pain sometimes too, honestly. You're not alone, Brother Patrick.
Yeah, man. You know, if you feel like you gotta cry, sometimes you gotta make sure you do cry. Don't stifle that, man. Let the tears flow.
Right.
It is healthy.
But that is a big chunk of the Mandela effect is the changes in people.
I mean, about I don't know what it was, about 2 years into the Mandela effect when I met up with a couple of other people in the community and spent some time with them, and I made a lot of videos along the way, and I really was going through some emotional stuff, kind of like what I'm going through now. So you are right in a way. You know, I feel like that this is like not really happening. You know, like it's not real. It's not real. It doesn't feel real to me.
No, it's real. I mean, you know, I'm experiencing.
What do you mean by death?
We all
If it's real
experience.
for me, it's real for all. I don't know. I'm sorry.
What do I mean by it's
No,
not
Beth.
real?
When you say, I understand what you mean, Patrick, it's kind of surreal.
Yeah.
Like, it's not real,
Mm.
but it's real. But I didn't know, like, if this meant like how you're feeling is real, or what's happening is real, or both. That's why I was asking this.
Yeah. So, Bass, do you think like do you think like this is all like real reality, like COVID is real, as bad as they say, like the numbers are as bad as they say it is? Or do you think they're fudging the numbers?
No. Well, huh. It's hard to say because you know what happens is with what the disease caused by the novel coronavirus, what it does is it can really fuck with different organs, and it can kill you in a variety of ways. And so it's not like you just die from COVID, like you die from a losing a leg and like losing blood. You know, it's you die from a heart attack or a you know, a breathing issue that is like brought on by it. So you know, the I really think that the numbers are.
Where do you, if you don't mind me asking, where do you get your information from? Like where do you get this information from?
Oh, okay. So I guess World Health Organization, U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, U.S. National Institutes for Infectious Diseases, and then you know, I check the federal health agencies and allied nations, Five Eyes countries, and then I check basic you know, statistics for case counts in different countries, and compare it with you know, watchdog reports and local media, to and see the correlation there. But yeah, you know, a variety of sources, I guess, would be the short answer.
Hey, 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 Billy, can I ask you about, it's just a question, a simple question.
Oh, please, yeah, ask me, yeah,
Um,
anything, please.
this is a weird thing, a very freaking weird thing for me. But I'm in a small town, and I drive by a graveyard every time I take my son to school. Um, do you go by graveyards or graveyard and just kind of keep tabs on what's going on there? Um,
Uh, you know, so I don't actually I don't go by many graveyards.
okay,
However,
that's cool.
okay, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I do live near a cemetery. Like not
Mhm.
not close. I live like a mile away, but I live close enough that when they have
Okay,
to close it for funerals, I get notifications from them. And yeah, like
so
they're
you do see people
Do
being
you
put in the graves.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
do
Yeah, we
you
saw.
know
Oh,
co-
Okay,
I just saw
I,
someone get like I saw the casket get lowered just last week, and I was, yeah, that wasn't a nearby cemetery though. I was just out and about, you
okay,
know.
well, pay attention when you go by next time, and just keep track if there's a new grave there. See if it disappears.
Okay, I will see what I can do.
There,
I'll take.
just if you think about it, just like there's a grave, I'm looking, count. If there's some stones along the path, count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, space 5, 6, 7, space 8 or something. Just
Hey
however, pay a little bit
Billy,
attention
did you know
because
that COVID has been around a lot, many years?
I know that.
You know
Oh,
that?
oh, whoop. Yeah,
Yeah.
we talked. Whoop.
No, I was talking to Billy.
Yeah, I mean, you brought that up earlier, and I said that the coronavirus, this type of virus, has been around for ages.
Right.
The novel coronavirus that was
And so
discovered.
if this was as bad as they're making it out to be, wouldn't you? Now you see many people wear a mask. I call it shin muzzle, but they wear a mask over their face. Now I see a lot of these masks that end up on the sidewalks and in the streets. Don't you think if this was as bad as they say it is, there would be containers all over the place that them masks should be put into to stop further spread of anything that could pop off of one of them masks?
I don't know. Did you know, like, don't you ever see like like a hair weave? Didn't you ever see like a hair weave like laying in the road? You might want to call it a tumbleweave where I come from. But like well, okay, what I'm getting at is it's not unusual for people to shed items that are insignificant. Like
Why
I'm trying. You think like a mask costs like $1, and so yeah, like I do see people just like lose masks all the time. They're littered around my neighborhood. It's kind of gross. Um, but yeah.
but okay, but wouldn't the CDC make sure that there's some kind of biohazard containers to make sure that them masks be and there
No,
should be plenty of commercials all over the place stating this. You go into the doctor's office and they have, you know, anything, the sheet that you
Medical waste.
sat on,
Medical waste.
the
Okay,
sheet
so
that
the
you
thing is
just
that
sat
the
on.
virus, it isn't if you okay, if I'm wearing a mask, let's say hypothetically, I'm wearing a mask and I'm also carrying the virus and I cough into the mask is going to stop or it's going to hinder the flow of air coming out of my mouth, and it is going to limit the spread of the germs coming out of my mouth. Now, those germs, yes, those germs are going to collect and stay on the mask. However, they are not viable after a long term. But so if I have
Huh.
the virus and I'm talking to someone face to face and I'm not wearing a mask, as I am speaking, the aerosol droplets that are containing the virus are being sent out of my mouth into the air. And if you are also not masked and you are
You
breathing,
you sound like you've watched TV. Uh, you're like
oh, I do a lot of reading. I'm not much of a
saying
television
it
guy.
word. Your verbiage is pretty close to what they spew out of the TV. But listen, you.
I'm
I
secretly
mean,
Anderson Cooper. I'm kidding.
isn't did people have to wear masks for AIDS, SARS? You know,
People wore masks during what we call the Spanish flu epidemic that started a little over 100 years ago.
yeah,
And
we've seen pictures of
But
that. I don't know.
how
I
and
You
have
know,
the
AIDS.
I'm sorry if I'm being condescending. I just
No,
fucking
no, no. It's perfectly. It's totally cool. But okay, people didn't wear masks for AIDS because AIDS isn't spread by the respiratory droplets that come out of your mouth. Okay, AIDS is spread in a few ways, but mainly, okay, you get AIDS from fucking, right? Okay, that's one
bodily
way.
fluid.
So
oh yeah,
okay,
yeah,
but
it was
we didn't
the
know this early on.
nickname
I grew up in the
in the
80s.
'80s.
You
yeah.
know, we didn't know this early on, and we're only 2 years into this COVID. So I don't want to know what, you know. You can't use what we know now as an excuse. You know what I'm saying? is you have to go by where we are now, and as far as we know, these masks could be very contagious.
Well,
No,
how,
no, like
Patrick,
that's
can
not like what we know now is
what?
like
Can
not
What?
that.
I just
Chris
want to
is
say, I do have
sorry,
to go,
Chris.
so I want to say something real quick. Bass, look up Fauci's paper on the Spanish flu in 2008, 2009. And if you're going by CDC numbers, the same amount of people died from the flu in 2018. That's on the CDC. And also, ivermectin is used as per the CDC on any immigrant that comes in this country. So, if you're going to go by CDC numbers and everything, COVID isn't as deadly or anything as actually, it's less deadly than the flu. And also, if you're going by what Fauci says with the Spanish flu, people should not be wearing masks because his exact verbiage was that people that wore masks during the Spanish flu wound up dying from bacterial pneumonia from breathing in what they should have been
Mhm.
exhaling and not breathing back in. So, and that's the contradiction. If you say one thing, if you're going to go by CDC numbers, go by all the CDC numbers. More people died of the flu in 2000. If you're going to go by Fauci, then go by all of Fauci, which is we shouldn't be wearing the masks. And if you're going to look at Fauci with the AIDS epidemic, he refused to give Bactrim to AIDS patients that had pneumonia and killed a lot of them because he refused to give them a cure for pneumonia because it was new, just like ivermectin is, just like new for the call or new for the cure, not new as in it's been around for decades, but it's new. It's not known to treat COVID, and therefore he doesn't want to give ivermectin to people who have COVID. But he did the same thing with Bactrim to AIDS patients. So Fauci does not have a good standing, a good background. He does not have many accomplishments. In fact, he's had more failures than accomplishments. So if you're going to go by what you read in mainstream media, newspapers, etc., 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 go with all of it, dude. Read that paper on Fauci. Look at the CDC numbers from 2018. It's 600 and something thousand that died in 2018 just from the flu.
I can tell you something weird.
I do have to get going, so I do have to say bye. I didn't mean to leave like that.
Well, nice talking to you, Chris. Have a wonderful
Yeah. Yeah,
evening
thanks,
and
Chris.
nice chatting. Take care.
You too, Pat.
Yep. Thanks, Chris, for coming on. I appreciate you. Love you.
See
Love
ya,
you.
Chris.
See you,
You have a
Floyd. Hi,
blessed.
Sharky. I see you waving.
You have a blessed night,
Okay.
sister.
You too.
And just so everybody knows what they're talking about in chat, um, that did not happen in my stream. That was somebody else's stream.
I don't know what's going on in chat.
That prelim ordeal.
Did, did I send you that thing, Patty? From 1992, I was looking at Marine Corps stuff, and I found a personal video somebody had made. You know, it was they were out after I was in boot camp, but they I guess were still in the area. So it was a couple of jarheads that got out of boot camp, and they were just kind of driving around still there and making some videos and talking about boot camp and stuff. And it was all on that old camcorder, back then. And somehow, and I was watching this stuff because that's just what I was watching. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this. And then it clicked over to some other crap that was on the tape, and it went to some TV channel, and that FAU, KYE was on there, and he was talking the same shit he's talking now, along with Bill Gates. I mean, Bill Gates wasn't on there, but it was just he was talking too many people. This that talking the same kind of job. He does the same thing right now, but that was back in 1992, and so you don't think much of it back then when I was. But I'm just like, why in the world am I? How many crap? I'm not even. I'm trying to get away. I'm trying to revisit some stuff in my memory by watching this video. Of when I was at that spot, and then it switches over, and there's that dude. And it feels like that damn movie. Like that stupid movie, Adam Sandler movie, the video game movie. Where Pac-Man, bit off the hand of his creator and stuff. It felt like
Yeah.
that. It felt like it's like because they had Max Headroom, they had all these other things. They had Madonna, had Reagan, they had all these things that would kind of pop up in the middle of a thing. And there's they had the conspiracy dude that was like, how do you know this? Well, I was watching Baywatch. I was watching my tape of Baywatch, and it changed, and this came through, and it's like that's how I feel here. It's just like all I want to do is watch Baywatch.
What
Like,
year Baywatch?
it's
Because the cast
like
switched,
Solo.
So
while
you like that Hoffman character? Is that why you watch Baywatch?
Oh yeah. The hairy
Hasselhoff.
chest. You get you every time.
Hasselhoff,
Yeah.
that's it. Hoffman. I
Yeah.
said
What
Hoffman.
the
Hasselhoff.
jingle in his drawers, I guess. But no, I don't give a shit about the jingle in his drawers.
What was
Shit, I
her?
got jingle in
What's
my
her name?
drawers.
What's her name? That's on there. That blonde.
there were many blondes on there, Patrick.
Pamela Anderson was a
Pamela
big
Anderson, the one that married the rock
one.
star.
Yeah. She married
Tommy Lee, Motley Crue drummer.
Tommy Lee, Motley Crue.
There you go.
Yeah,
He knows his 80s a little bit, doesn't he?
I know my music trivia. He had a huge Johnson, if I recall correctly.
That's what they said.
Yeah, I wasn't about to bring that up.
Yeah, a big
had,
rod.
the reptile tongue was, I guess, above and below. Those people aren't real. You're something else. It's just you can't. I don't know.
Get high, high in the sky. We're just a rambling tonight. We want Sharky to sing it loud.
What are you singing, Sharky?
I wasn't singing it. I don't know.
You should sing the theme to Baywatch. That was a good one. It was very dramatic.
How does that go? I don't know.
I never even really watched Baywatch. That's the fucking kicker. It's like
I didn't
I
watch
never
it.
really watched that show. I mean,
I thought you just said that you were. I thought you just said that you were mesmerized by David Hasselhoff's.
Oh yeah, Junk in the Trunk or something like that. No.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
kidding. I really never really even watched that show. It was just a lot of people did. I don't know. I did. I watched. I watched he all growing up. Patty hate he.
Do you guys ever think one of the thoughts way back when Mandela first happened was maybe CERN had something to do with it? Like maybe CERN blew our freaking planet up or the universe.
There's way too many here. It was just one.
So we've been
Siri, like the app, the iPhone thing.
CERN.
CERN.
Oh, CERN. Yeah, okay. The science thing.
Yeah, over in Switzerland.
Yeah, it's called what does it stand for? Centrifugal centrifugal.
I don't know, but did you guys see that ritual dance that they did for CERN?
Oh yeah, I saw that crazy shit long time. Yeah, that was crazy.
That was
that
was freaky.
Look like a sacrifice. Yeah.
Now
What was that back in like
you can't tell
18?
me that there is not good when you see this much evil in the world. It's like how can you not know that there's a God? You know, there has to be a God. You know, somebody so intelligent to create. You know, to create these bodies. You know,
Well, they just morphed, so I don't know what the hell is going on here.
could human beings? I know we have a soul and everything, but could our body be just numbers? Could we be just a
Why
number?
not? I
There's
don't.
more to
Yeah.
it. There's more.
You know, like how do you guys feel like the alien fake invasion's coming real soon?
Why not? I hope so.
I think it's coming. Did you see what they are showing in the skies lately? All them UFOs going like this the other night. You didn't see that
I didn't see
video?
it. No, no. Uh-uh.
Who's
I
talking
haven't.
in the background?
I just heard 432. I think somebody's watching a video on another channel.
Yeah, let me see.
I heard 432. I could hear some dude talking.
It was coming from Floyd.
Oh, okay.
Uh, so what was I talking about? I was talking about
Alien zippy
that
zuppies in the sky.
yeah, I seen a video today, and I think it happened yesterday sometime. But somebody was taking video of these. It looked like about 20, 20 like round balls, and they were like going like this, and they were like kind of all over the place, and they're like, wow, you know, never seen that before. And there's a couple different channels showing this video, like 3 channels that I know of showing the video. I don't know if you guys seen anybody in chat seen that video, but I think they are going to try it. Um, do you ever see the Illuminati card game? Anybody?
Yeah,
Anything?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I did. I saw videos on it.
Is there an alien invasion on that card on any of them cards? Do you know?
I don't know. I never looked at all of it.
I wonder if there is an alien invasion somewhere on one of them cards.
I think there is. Come to think about it. The Illuminati card game, right?
Yeah, yeah. That card game and the Simpsons everything, you know, ahead of time. What is the Simpsons got? They're up to what, 23 predictions? Future predictions?
Yeah, about there. This is creepy too.
Yeah.
Are they even still making TV?
Do you guys see the one where they predicted Trump as he's going down the escalator and the people on top holding the signs and stuff? How they got that prediction so right on?
I think what they're showing is the plans of the society on how to destroy the society and how to rebuild a new one.
Mm,
Getting
that
into
could be.
esoteric knowledge.
Yeah, that could be. Uh, Dearest Dawn says Project Bluebeam is on it. Let's see. I'm gonna be talking, but I gotta cam myself so I can. I don't want you guys to see me. I'm like hungry, so like I got the munchies, so I'm just gonna try one of these venison sticks. They look really good.
Hey, I said a
Mm-hmm.
prayer for your brother there, Patty. I was listening, but I was doing dishes and other stuff at the very beginning.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah. I appreciate it.
hopefully,
He it looked like he was in chat earlier.
really,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that's cool. So I sent out a prayer anyhow. I don't, how I pray. I can pray for him.
So Floyd, give us
Yeah,
some philosophy.
philosophy
Yep.
like Nostradamus or
Whatever.
Nostradamus predicts the zombie apocalypse
Does he?
with
Really?
Omicron variant. Yeah, it's in his prophecies.
Nostradamus predicted zombies?
Yeah, it's
I've
in
never heard of this
Century 3.
before.
I don't remember
In
that
Century
prophecy.
10, in Century 10 of Nostradamus, when you read Century 10 in Nostradamus's book, you
Holy
find
crap.
the zombie apocalypse in there. Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
remember. They
fascinating.
they showed on the History
Uh,
Channel his predictions. They never showed any zombie apocalypse.
You got to read Century 10. That's the answer. Century 10 in his book.
I mean, I believe you. Yeah.
yeah, I totally believe you. I mean, I've never, ever, ever heard of zombies and Nostradamus in the same sentence.
His code word is it happens after the what is it? The Olympic Games. It happens after the Olympic Games is what he says.
Hmm.
The dead rises from the ground. That's what he says.
Wow.
Yeah.
Aren't the Olympics coming up pretty soon?
Yes. And Omicron variant exists now. It's from South Africa. It's the zombie apocalypse. The future one. It's
Is
the
there?
virus to start it. But literally, the dead are supposed to rise from the ground, just like the Bible says, and other religions out there too. Mahabharata from Hinduism and all, religions give prophecies of the dead rising at the end of the old cycle. Bible calls it end days, of course.
Hmm. Um. Sorry, dearest Don. Yeah, Jim, my brother, who goes by Trucker Jim, he had a heart attack, and he's okay though. He was in chat a little bit earlier, um, but he's being held over for to have some more tests done because he's got some blockages in one of his arteries. So, um, I don't know much after that. I guess he'll have some more tests done tomorrow. I think he's got to run on an do that stress test. However they do that, like maybe run on a whatchamajigger, one of them conveyor belts. What the hell they call them? Treadmills, conveyor belts.
Yeah, it is. It is
Hey,
Oh,
over here, but
you remember like 10 minutes ago when I mentioned that Tommy Lee has a huge penis?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been trying to find a copy of the sex tape literally ever since then. And it is like I thought it would be easier. I thought it would just be like sitting here on Google, but it's like, oh, okay, wait, maybe this is it. All right, stand by. I'll report back shortly.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Hmm. Thanks, thanks, Sandy. So, have you guys ever had venison jerky? It's good. Have you had elk jerky, buffalo? Okay, well, I guess we've run out of topics.
I'm fixing it to go in just a second. It's 11:02 now. You know,
Yeah, I've been on it for 3 hours.
do it tomorrow. So
Oh, I think I found his dick.
Well, that's good.
no
All right,
drama.
you know, well, I think I think Ken is gonna do a live stream. So everybody, why don't you just move to hell right over to Ken's?
I'll be listening. I'm fixing to make.
I'll see you all in Ken's in a little bit.
I'll probably jump into Ken's panel too.
All
Bye-bye,
right, guys.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Good night, guys.
love you guys. Thank
Love
you
you
guys
all.
for coming in, Billy. Sharky, thanks. Boyd, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, totally, man.
I'm trying to finish this meat. It's venison. And let's see here. I wanted to play you guys something else here. Let's see. Which one do I want to play? According to this, let's see. I think I know what it's for this. Can you handle your truth? I guess we'll play this one. So before I go, I'm gonna play this. I think people should subscribe to
You can see all this coming.
Motivholic, Motivholic, Motivholic. His logo's MH. And let me see here. Let me get this switched over. Share screen. All right, let's see. Are you guys ready? Yes, my email is Patrick Roberts. Hold on, I'll put it in. This is my email right there. Email me anytime, ladies. Ha ha ha. Okay, let's see. Let's play this. Where's the play button? Play.
You've got an obligation to speak out about it. I mean, if you know about this stuff and you're not talking about it, like problem. Mass hypnosis. It's a major psychological operation procedures. You can actually talk to hypnotists, and a lot of them have actually been commenting that all of the things that they're seeing the government do is techniques. And, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And I've been speaking out about this for a really long time, but it's a really desperate situation that the human race is in. You've got to understand the governments, they're all bought and paid for. These people, they've got dirt on all of them. If you don't have dirt on someone, they don't get to a position of power. That's the sort of people we're dealing with. That's how they do what they do, and that's why they, will continue to do it, because they enjoy it. And like I said, it's a closed club. They've got dirt on all of them. If they don't have dirt on them, then they don't get in the door. That's what I've said, Paul. It's time for Plan B, folks. I've been out there on the front line screaming from the rooftops for the last 14 years to wake up to what is coming. And now it's here, and it is an oncoming train. And ultimately, it's a soul test for each individual. Every time you comply with a few more of their guidelines, you give away a little bit more of your soul. Eventually, you won't have any left. So there's this whole scenario, which is all digital, it's all linked up, they put everything online. And then they put a social crediting system in place. So it's all about how many points you've got, depending on how compliant you are. And eventually they're going to have something like Cyber Polygon. They'll shut down the internet, say it was the hackers. It was the hackers, the terrible hackers came along and they shut down the internet. Oh my God, how terrible it was. The whole world crashed, the economy went down, all these terrible things. Wasn't us, wasn't anything to do with us, it was the hackers. So of course, now that we've got the internet back online again, well, we're going to need to have everyone have to provide biometric ID in order to even get online, because the hackers might come along and take the internet down again. We don't want to go through what we just went through. So why don't you want to supply biometrics? Well, are you one of the hackers, are you? So this is what they can do with it, with this whole crediting system and this mass surveillance system they're putting in place. And if they've got this graphene in people and they've got you hooked up online so that you are actually part of the Internet of Things, then you're completely trackable. Don't need a phone. You're already on GPS. You're already contactable, connectable, everything they can do. You look at Voice of God technology, all this stuff they've got, which is all completely disclosed. It's all totally open secrets. I've been trying for 14 years. And I wish I had some good news for you. I've been trying for 14 years to wake these people up to what's going on. And a lot of people have woken up in the last 12 months, 2 years. You can't really help but do that. But even a lot of those people are just, they're cowing, they're giving in. But I don't have any hope in the two-party system. If we've got someone honest in there, perhaps we could have something decent happen. One of the best things we can do is try to rally the community. Go back to community meetings in the town halls, all the things we used to do before they introduced television. Because television's the problem. Television, like I said, they put people in that alpha state, and then those two newsreaders get up there and they have the little quips that they have. That's why they always have two readers. There's always a guy and a woman, and they'll show you an article, and then they'll have a little comment to each other, which will tell you what you should think about what that news article that they had there. And it's, oh yeah, I like her and I like him and I think a little quip, and then you go off and you'll make that little quip next, And most people, when they have their conversations at work, all they're talking about is what was on the television the night before, or what they read in the newspaper. They're not talking about life or anything meaningful. They think they are, but they're not. Media was the god of something, the goddess of illusions, I think. Spelled a little differently, but still the goddess of illusions. Interesting. We've forgotten who and what we are. Why do you believe you have rulers? Why do you believe that these people can tell you what to do with your lives? That's what people need to understand, but they've kind of forgotten that, That's who they are. That's the whole problem with this thing, And that's what I've been trying to tell people for years. Just understand that you have value. Why do you think that you don't? Why do you think that you're just a little person? Because there's no such thing as a little person. Yeah, well, people need to feel strength. They need to feel that support from the people around them. They really do. People just don't believe in themselves. That's the crux of the whole problem, really. And they're scared to lift their hand up and have their voice counted. They don't believe in themselves. But like I've often said, everything that ever existed was made by the hand of man, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, or whether it's a good situation or a bad situation. Ultimately, it started from the spark of an idea in the mind of a single individual. And everybody has that potential to have that idea that could be picked up by other people, and it could change the world. And this whole system that we're in, this whole government that controls us, it's just an idea. It's just an idea that someone had. Let's put all this in place and we'll run these little pens and we'll have this people farm. And everyone went along with it. And they told us this is the way it is. You grow up into it and you get told this is just the way things are. No, it's not. It's not just the way things are. It's the way things have been designed. But they don't have to be this way at all. So that's what people have to understand. And they're taught to not believe that they have this little spark of value, that they're just, they're little cogs in the big machine. They send them to school and they've got to operate in this peer group. Any critical thought is completely weeded out of the kids at school. So they come out of there a little drone trained to be obedient. That's what life's all about, So it's a freaky thing. I mean, really, when you look at this, this is a hugely beneficial moment, really, because it's the moment where you'll see that you're a slave, and you are given the opportunity to step out of that. I mean, if it didn't get this bad, people would just go along in their continually mundane existence, and they just wouldn't ever realize that there was there was something outside the shadows there. Something underneath the cover of the trees that maybe they should look at. Maybe they'll get off the beaten trail and they'll stand up for themselves. And they never would have done it if this hadn't happened. So really, it's a huge opportunity for people to come into their power and to realize what we're facing here. We could literally take the world back because the whole system has exposed itself for being what it is. So as bad as it gets, and it's going to get pretty bad. Hope is a thin soup as well. What's required is action. So don't just sit there and hope for change. People have got to get active in this and realize that it's up to us. The whole thing is up to us. And that's why they're doing this stuff, is to break you down psychologically. I mean, you can see.
So yeah, he has. I like his channel. He really makes you think. He makes a lot of sense, and pretty much on board with.
I mean, nothing is what they tell us it is. No,
Wow,
makes
hold on a
sense. Nothing
second.
they tell us
Okay.
makes sense. No, the timelines make sense.
Try to get him to stop. Okay, all right. Okay, guys. So, anyways, yeah, the guy makes a lot of sense. I'm on board with what he says. Talks about. It is truly up to us. I mean, I just think if you can stay strong, stay strong. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. We are family. Should we go out with that song? Should I look it up? See if we can find it. If this will be quick, I will. But if it's going to take forever, it just ain't going to happen. Because I ain't got all night. Yeah, I can see this will take forever. I had. I don't want to get into that. If I got into another subject, we would be here all night. I'm surprised. I'm writing it in there into the thing. I'm surprised it hasn't picked up what we've been talking about. You know how sometimes it'll be like I'll be talking and all of a sudden I'll go to look something up and it will talk about exactly what it will already have in the Google search what I was talking about. So, anyways, here we go. We're gonna play this for you guys. This is to all my loyal listeners. You guys are awesome. I better share screen this first. Otherwise, it just isn't going to work. Now, is it? And my loyal listeners are here every night with me, or every night that I come on. And so, as the title says, I'm going to mute myself right now, and we're going to play this song. And then I'll see you guys later. Remember, stay vigilant and stay safe.
We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Everyone can see we're together as we walk on by. And we're just like birds of a feather. I won't tell no lie. All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just let me state for the record, we're giving love in a family dose. We are family. Hey, I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Sing it to me. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Living life is fun, and we've just begun to get our share of this world's delight. High hopes we have for the future and our goals in sight. We know we don't get depressed. Here's what we call our golden rule. Have faith in you and the things you do. You won't go wrong. Oh no, this is our family jewel. We are family. Sing it to me. I got all my sisters with me. Sing it to me. We are family.
Oh, I'm sorry. It cut off. No, I knew it did because I'm the one that cut it off. But I had to keep the ruse up, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I don't know if Ken went live yet or not, but so I bid you good night. See you later. Stay strong.